Hi guys, Jimbo here, the driving test guy in New South Wales, helping you pass your New South Wales driving test first go, hopefully. Okay folks, so this channel is about getting you driving correctly, driving safely, and hopefully passing that driving test on the first attempt, hopefully. Doesn't matter if you're an overseas license holder or an L-plater with a logbook. Everything you need to know to drive correctly, safely is in my videos. And the best way to access them is go to my website. The link is on the screen. There's also a clickable link in the description below. On my website, I have all the videos nicely collated in categories. The How to Pass series, mock tests, maneuvers, everything you need to know, again, to drive correctly, safely, and to pass that test first go, hopefully. Today, we're going to look at the New South Wales driving test scoring system. Now, I get a lot of people, they post comments and tell me, hey, Jimbo, I passed. I got 106 or 108. So we're going to have a look at what this number actually means because I think it's important. Basically, to pass the driving test, you need to get 90% and no fail items. Now, 90% sounds pretty scary, but if we understand the mathematics of it a little bit more, it's not as scary as you think. But first, if you would like to book an actual mock driving test with me, you can do so by going to my website, the Driving Test Guy in New South Wales.
On the website, click Services, click Mock Test, then select the test centre that I offer, Gregory Hills MacArthur, Edmonton Park and Macquarie Fields. Once you've clicked the desired test centre, then just find a date and follow directions to complete the booking.
Okay, so if you have used my videos and passed and would like to say thank you or support this channel, you can do so by buying me a coffee. The link for this is in the description below. Thank you so much for those who have supported this channel. Let's get down to business with today's topic. Okay, let's have a look at a driving test sheet.
So here is a test sheet. It's a little bit creased, but it will do the job. At the top left corner, you just have your personal details. Below that are all the fail items. Now, today's video is not about what each fail item is. We're more concerned with the side on the right. This section is where you'll find the numbers that people often say when they get 106 or 108 and they passed. So this is the section that we're going to look at today. Let's zoom up and have a look. Now, if you look at the top, there's an S, a P, a D, a Z, an H, an R, and a C. Now, the Z is basically the zone number. As you progress through a driving test, you progress through several zones. They start at zone 1 and then you finish at zone 25 when you get back to the test center. S stands for speed management. This includes adjusting your speed for things such as speed limits, hazards, bends, speed humps, also adjusting your speed to maintain your 3-second crash avoid space. P stands for position. That includes your position in your lane when you turn. It also includes position for maneuvers, such as your final position for your reverse park or curbside stop. D stands for decision. This includes your decisions in traffic, such as gap selection. Are you taking good gaps, bad gaps? It also includes marking for head checks. H and R go together. H stands for hazard and R stands for response. If during one of the zones there is a hazard, now what a hazard is something that might be coming in from the side that may enter your crash avoid space. If there is a potential hazard, they'll mark it as a hazard, and then if you respond, they'll mark that response. Because it's not marked every zone, but only when there is a hazard, some people argue that this is a bonus point. But it can also be a bonus negative point if you don't respond to that hazard. C stands for control or your car control. It includes areas such as steering, braking, and if you're in a manual, clutch control. Now, if you look below the headings in the white boxes, we see zone 1. The S box has a tick, the P box has a tick, the D box has a tick. Now, if you look at the H and R, there's a tick in the H. That means that there was a hazard present in that first zone, and the tick in the R means that the testing applicant responded correctly and was scored positively with that tick. There's also a tick in the C column. If you look at the row below, Zone 2, you can see that the S box, the P box, the D box, and the C box all have ticks. But the H and R boxes have a horizontal line. What that means is that there was no hazard present during Zone 2, so there's no need to mark a hazard response. So it's like a no score. Now let's look down the page a bit and see what a negative score looks like. In Zone 15, you can see a circle around the D in the white box. This is an error in relation to decision. If you look further to the right, that far column, they often put information there in relation to the error. And what that H means is that this particular decision error was a missed head check. For example, this may have been the absence of a blind spot head check when changing lanes.
So the way it works is every time you get a tick, your percentage score goes up. Whenever you get a circle, your percentage score actually reduces. Let's have a look further down the page and see where they start adding up the ticks and the circles.
Okay, so we move down the page until we get to the summary section. If you look here, you can see a yes row and a no row. The yes row represents the total of ticks or positive scores that you scored for each column. The no row represents the total of circle errors or negative points that you scored for each column. So we have 105 yeses made up of 25, 25, 24, 6 and 25 ticks, and we have one no, which is made up of one circle error. Now your score is worked out by dividing the total of yeses, in this case 105, by the total amount of events scored, which is 106. So 105 divided by 106 is approximately 99%.
So when people post to me that they passed and they got 106 or 108, well, it doesn't give me the exact information of what score they got, because I need to know exactly how many yeses, ticks you got, and how many no circles you got. But look, a pass is a pass, so that's a good thing. Now, I want to point out that the maximum amount of no errors you can get and still pass, on average, is about 11, which is actually a lot. So even though 90% sounds like a pretty tough requirement, you can actually make up to about 11 errors and still get the 90% to pass. Now, if you score a fail item during your driving test, that's usually something like something illegal or dangerous, or scoring 3 head check errors or 3 signal errors, then it doesn't matter what score you got, you are out and you will need to book another driving test. Okay folks, so that's it for today. We've looked at the New South Wales driving test scoring system. Now if you want to avoid getting those nasty no tick errors or any fail items, you make sure you go to my website where all my videos are, the How to Pass series, lots of tip videos, mock tests, everything is there for you to pass first go, hopefully. But remember, the most important thing, stay safe.